Downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Now Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Jackson looking to throw on third. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. They're running. Ingram. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Mark Ingram unable to get past the marker. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Lets it fly for Thielen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins. Buying time to his left. He's going to let this go for the end zone, and that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 49 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has...
There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 79 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And this is Cook with the grab. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On first down, Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
At the 43-yard line.
Good route here.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here's Thomas. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love you.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And another negative play there as they stop him again. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Jackson, he's got his man. It's Andrews. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind.
It's caught inside the 25. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bowser in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Check. Wide. Here we go.
They go play action. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Another shot from the one on second and goal. They'll run for it with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Check. Watch the before. Yep. Watch the twist. Check. Crunch.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. It's caught by Roberts. Fights through, and now a crease. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second down. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 33 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a run with Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Here I come.
Hey, Alpha.
On 2nd and 9. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And all the way down to the 39. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 41 yards on the ground.
A 41-yard gain. First down, Baltimore.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Jackson on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Vikings take over.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Watch the screen. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
37-yard line.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Going deep for Diggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. They run. Cook. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop. From the 45 on second down, Cousins. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down. Fourth quarter. What could be their final drive. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a third and goal. Here is Cook on third and goal. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Hey, no, he's easy. Bravo.
Fourth down, Cousins. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They'll run with England here to begin the drive. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, second down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.